Hello, a very tired EDDBUD here with another running shoe yay or nay for you. Okay, there's loads of new subscribers, new viewers. I need to explain this series very carefully so people don't get the wrong end of the stick. So with running shoe yay or nay, it's not about whether I think this shoe's fantastic or I think it's terrible. I can't tell that until I get it on foot. This is very much whether I think I'm gonna go about testing it out for you, getting one in hand and actually putting it through its paces. Some stuff's just not really going to work for me. There's no real point to me testing it. For example, if I picked up a specific stability shoe, I don't think I can really tell somebody who needs a stability shoe whether it would be good for them. Capiche? First shoe up today is the Puma Velocity Nitro. So from what I can deem, this one comes in at a slightly lower weight than the Deviate Nitro that I tried out a few weeks back, but it still comes complete with that Puma sort of blown up football underfoot feel. It's the only way I can describe that Nitro foam. It's like a rubberized Adidas Etrusco Unico football just blown up a bit too much, and when you put your foot onto it, it just rebounds off. It's exactly what it's like. Go and get one of those footballs if they still make them. I don't think they make them anymore. Crazy Horse and I used to have a whale of a time kicking that football around in the tennis courts over at Bucklersmead. Oh, those were the days. Jumpers for goalposts, feet like traction engines. Oh, great stuff. Marmite sandwiches for lunch. Maybe one of those little box carton drinks as well. Simple times. Difference here is that we've got an EVA wedge in the rear of the shoe, so it's not all nitro foam. So around this area, I guess, makes for perhaps a slightly more stable ride than in the Deviate Nitro. You gotta say, they're really similar in the looks department, aren't they? Maybe those are just samples though. I have seen there's some yellow varieties, certainly this shoe as well, that launched a little while back. Looks as if there's a slightly lower stack to the shoe as well, and that might be useful for people that want a little more stability. I think this one's going to come in as a more daily offering of the Nitro series. You've still got Puma grip on the outsole. You guys need to experience it. I think you'll enjoy it. Interesting to see they have got a slightly different heel collar there. It looks like it's a lot more padded than in the Deviate Nitro. This one looks set to release in March. This pre-order's up already on some sites for only 100 Earth credits. That's a very competitive price, Puma. I think it's going to be a yay from me for the Puma Velocity Nitro. Puma bringing the bite in 2021. Shoe 2 is the Vaporfly Next 2. Okay, Nike, I appreciate that you're trying to make the best even better, but I think this one's perhaps change for change's sake. We got a slightly adapted heel collar here. Reminds me a little bit of the Vaporfly 4%, the original. Reinforced toe box. The Alphafly laces, which look like they've been stolen straight out of Mrs. EDDBUD's sewing box. And there's that all new upper mesh as well. You know, was Vaporweave the best ever? Or is Flyknit still the best? Or is this new stuff the best? Who knows? Same midsole and outsole, that's where the magic is in the Next %. Everybody knows that. I think for many people that have bought the recent Vaporfly Next % and not really got any race miles in them, I can't really see this being a particularly attractive purchase, really. There's loads of people out there that will have Next % pairs sat in boxes ready for racing. We don't know when that's going to happen yet. And I think putting a new shoe up there, 240 Earth credits is a ridiculous sum. People just ain't got it right now. I don't think that it's going to be a particularly attractive shoe for lots of people. Even mine, the Ecodens, I've got about 70 miles in, 75 miles, something like that. I mean, new colourways of the Next % model only launched a few weeks back. Unless you're some sort of collector or something, I can't see this one being a huge hit. I really can't. For me, unless the upper is absolutely game-changing here in the Vaporfly Next % 2, I'm going to say it's a nay. And the colourways just aren't grabbing me. It's just stuff that's going to get trashed within a couple of runs. So yeah, it's a nay for me for the Vaporfly Next % 2. Sorry guys. Shoe 3 is the Asics Glideride 2. Now, I really enjoyed the original version of the Glideride when I tried it out back in 2019. A very durable shoe, but it took a little bit of time getting used to. I know that one of the Yeovil Town Roadrunners, Kev Sten, has been using the Glideride and he really loves it. Quite a big stack there, quite a hefty upper, and you've even got gel in the heel. So as part of that energy saving line, Asics are launching a new version of the shoe for those faster, longer efforts. Now, I'm really impressed to see that Asics have introduced a gender-specific midsole here. They're using a slightly lower density foam in the female version of the shoe, apparently to make it slightly softer underfoot. That's not to say that ladies are all going to want a slightly softer underfoot experience, but I'm very, very impressed to see them thinking about the fact that perhaps we're slightly different in terms of our build. We want slightly different things from shoes perhaps, and it's a good thing to be thinking about, Asics. Let's hope for some more tailoring of ladies' shoes in the future. Other big changes here are the reduction of those underfoot cutouts. They were really quite pronounced in the Glideride. I got all sorts of muck in there. You can see it, it's terrible. So I think they've reduced those down a little bit. I think if I clean that shoe off, it just looked brand new. It's so durable. I think there's also a slightly wider midfoot surface area there, so that's going to again improve the stability of the shoe a little bit. It's quite a high stack there. Just more stuff there to really improve the energy saving features of the Glideride. There's a little upper tinkering there. You know, that's always good. Little tinkering in the upper. Look at the New Balance 1080 V11. Just some little changes. It made a big difference. It's got to be a yay from me for the Asics Glideride 2. Got rattling through things today like a steam train with an excess amount of coal. Shoe 4 is the Hoka Oneoni Mac4. It had to be shoe 4 really. I couldn't have put it in as shoe 3 or 2 or 5, it just wouldn't have worked. So another Hoka Oneoni shoe here that's perhaps a little bit closer to the Rocket X. You know, I've been really enjoying that one. I think I took that shoe out on Christmas Day. That's how much I enjoyed it. More compact, more spicy, like a blast of citrus. Less stack, praise those midsole lords. I think the upper here though looks a little more reminiscent of the Clifton 7. I mean, they're going big with that huge incorporated elf flare at the back of the shoe. High heel and the double hoof in the back. It really does say to me, Carbon X2. Know what I'm saying? Vaporfly midsole magic, which is as close to Paul Daniels as you're going to get. It does lead me to the question of, is this shoe for punishing pace or daily use? Which of the two? I don't know. Where does this slipper fit into one's running shoe rotation right now? In fact, right now mine's more of a running shoe C. If you could see this place, we need to have a clear out. I just hope that the Hoka upper here isn't too ridiculously generous, as I found on the Rocket X and also on the Clifton 7. Those beasts just had so much material. I think even if I popped down to Mrs. Muggins's fabric shop, I wouldn't find quite so much excess material. I think with this one, it's a nay until I can find a little bit more about it. I want to know where it fits and if it might fit too. You know though that I'm always a bit of a hound for those very lightweight daily shoes. They're right at the top of my tree right now. Okay guys, that's all 4 shoes for today. What do you make of each one? Let me know in the comments down below. Hark, it's a musical interlude. I've been digging back into the 90s again with some tunes from the super furry animals. There's 4 that I really love from this group. So interesting and refreshing. It's like getting a whole pack of tree ball soft mints and trying to consume them all at once. It's that minty and fresh and zesty. Certainly hurt your jaw, wouldn't it, if you try to eat that many tree ball soft mints at once, but I might try it. God Show Me Magic is a fuzz fest. Noisy electric guitars and they're buzzing like angry wasps trying to steal your cider. If You Don't Want Me to Destroy You always reminds me a little bit of the Beatles. There's some really beautiful string arrangements in there. Very different to the first song. And again, It's Not the End of the World is this really beautiful melody, almost like a lullaby. Super Furry Animals are so good at doing that. They had such diverse ranges of songs. And then back to the noise again with Rings Around the World, which is just great. It's loads of weird sounds, effects, and that sort of driving guitar. Just, again, showing the group's diverse range, shade and light. Just wonderful stuff. Check them out, guys, from Wales. The Super Furry Animals. Right, it's time for me to rock and roll out of here and get some sleep. I'm really tired. This episode has been powered by Guinness and high quality Indian food from the Masala Express, Yeovil. If you haven't done so already, it really helps the channel out if you hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when I launch those new videos.
And you can also give us a bit of a boost by giving this video a thumbs up, like, and sharing it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.